Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is the Wonder Kid here. A warm welcome to this video guys. In today's video we'll be going through some of the statistics that were released by the prop trading firm MYFOREXFUNDS. Okay, so guys, as you can see here, they have essentially released this kind of little blog. So their stats are back, as they call it. December the 11th is when they posted this at a very specific time, 4:10 p.m, completely fine. So guys, let's have a look. So they've released some statistics about October and November. So let's have a look here. So as you can see, guys, in October, total number of live accounts was 3,500. New live accounts in November was 5,700. So basically a 2,200 live account increase, which is interesting. Fine, fair enough. Total amount paid out was 1.48 million versus 2.8 million. Wow. So double the amount was paid out more or less in November than October. Most traded pair, gold. Same with November, gold. People love gold with that. So people that are with MYFOREXFUNDS clearly love gold. Most profitable pair was GBP AUD in October versus November, it was gold. And least profitable pair is the pound yen in both months. That is very interesting. Now passing phase 1 and 2, let's have a look guys. So in October, it was 18%. So guys, for those of you that don't know, phase 1 and phase 2 compared to FTMO is basically like phase 1 is their challenge phase and phase 2 is the verification phase. So for MYFOREXFUNDS, phase 1 is 8% profit target. So 18% of people that took the challenge passed phase 1 and 31% of those traders passed phase 2. Interesting. In November, it was 10% to 24%. So that's interesting. So you had a reduced percentage in November passing, and that's interesting. So I'm assuming, of course, like the number of people that would have taken the challenges would of course increase from October to November because of the live accounts, which is completely fine. But of course, the people that passed was reduced. So to me, I mean, like even for me personally, the way I trade, I know that typically October, November, and December are slower months, but especially November and December, which is completely fine because markets tend to be a little bit more range bound. That could be a reason. But again, that's a very, very interesting statistics to see. And of course, look at this, reached first profit split, 4% of traders versus 3% of traders. So that's very, very interesting. That is a very, very low number. So there's got to be a reason for that. So, you know, even if you imagine you get past phase 2 and you land your account. So let's assume like you have obviously 100% of people, or a certain amount, yes, let's say 100% of people landing their account. 3% of traders reach their first profit split. That is tremendously low. So that is very interesting. So you have these traders that even, you know, are good quality traders because obviously they passed their challenge in verification or phase 1 and phase 2, but 3%, like that is really, really low. So let's see what else they say. For start of the month, the pass rate was high due to our violation system missing a large number of violations. Interesting. Okay, so they're saying that the pass rate was high, completely fine, but I'm still shocked at this profit split, like being very, very low. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so some takeaways from our trading data. Over 60% of traders in our database do not use a stop loss and have a high risk of ring. Right, guys, there you have it. That's your answer. That is probably why the traders that become funded like only reach their first profit split, 3%, is because 60% of them do not use a stop loss. Guys, if you're watching this, please use the stop loss on every trade. Remember, and you know, remember, trading is not about profits. You have to train your manager to be a good risk manager. That is a very fundamental basis. It's about being a great risk manager and about protecting your psychology above the temptation of profits, okay? So that is a shocking statistic, okay? Now, remember, to anyone that's watching this and you want to be an aspiring trader, or if you are a trader already, of course, please use a stop loss on every single trade. The reason being is because, number one, you do not know absolutely for certain where the market will go. And number two, if it does end up as a loser and you don't have a stop loss, it can blow your account. But of course, it will be absolutely devastating on your psychology, number two. And on top of that, keeping a stop loss lets you live for another day. That's what's important. Remember, this is a long-term thing. If you want to be a trader for the long term, be consistently profitable and be earning a lot more money in the longer term, you have to get into these good habits now. So anyway, that is very shocking to hear. So guys, please use a stop loss. Right, the traders who have made it to their fourth pay cycle have a risk management strategy of below 3% risk on any given day. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so, right, so basically it's saying the consistently profitable traders that basically are consistently profitable, they have a strategy of risking below 3% on any given day. Completely, that's interesting. So, you know, what that tells me is that they are very good risk managers. Simply put, like, I don't think that says anything more than that. They're able to manage their risk very well because firstly, they made it to the fourth pay cycle, but of course, they don't go anywhere near their drawdown limit of the day, which is of course 5% of their account. So again, this is proof to show you guys, anyone watching this, that if you want to be a good trader, guys, number one, have a stop loss. Number two, make sure it is a small percentage of your account. I always say 1%, you risk less than that if you want. Anything more than that, fine. But remember, back test it. And it of course depends on the number of pairs you're trading if you're trading Forex. Right, the profitable traders are in the market less than 4 hours per day. Interesting, right. Now, I think this is another thing, guys, because as you guys know, I'm a day trader, right? So if you're a scalper, if you're a scalper and you're trying to trade the markets for 8 hours a day or in a certain session, like London session or New York session, that's completely fine. Now, to me, one of the things that I do see as a risk for that, as a risk to scalping and being at your charts 8 hours a day is that you will not only be spending a lot of time on your charts and be obviously spending a lot of time generally trying to be profitable, but the thing is that will affect your psychology when you think about it, is because let's say you're scalping, right? And you have 2 losses or 3 losses in the morning. You're going to start the day off very poor. And then of course your psychology is going to be like, okay, I'm at the chart. I'm going to be at the charts for the remainder of the day. Let me see if I can get that money back. So immediately you're already putting yourself in the risk of being poor psychologically, because you're going to try and win that money back versus actually following your trade plan and following your risk management rules. You're already erring on the side of danger. So that to me typically says, yeah, and this is the reason why I guess it's very important to, I would say, to remain a day trader. Try and minimize the number of trades that you're in, or try and be a bit more, how can I put this, a bit more balanced in your day. Like for example, I know like the average kind of number of trades I take as a day trader is in around 20 per month. In November it was a lot less, maybe about 10 to 15, but in the good trending months it's 20 to 25. So that's obviously, you know, that is a lot less trades per day. That doesn't even average to 2 trades per day. So, you know, I'd say that is a good thing on psychology. So remember, guys, if you're thinking of becoming a trader, do consider the positive and negatives of scalping versus day trading. And I don't only mean by the need of wanting to be in the market all the time, but the understanding that trading is a balance. Like, not only do you want to spend some hours trading in the day, but also doing other things, because that it takes your mind off trading and you're able to de-stress and, how can I put it, come back to the charts with a more fresher mind. That is important. Remember, guys, trading is about protecting your psychology more than profits. Okay, so that's a very interesting stat that you guys, you know, anyone that is new to trading, you know, see if you can use that to your advantage. I'd say try and learn how to day trade versus scalping. I think you can scalp. There are of course successful scalpers out there, but to me, I do prefer day trading because, again, like I say, it is about protecting psychology, and it gives you the opportunity to be away from your charts rather than staying on your charts all day and trying to, if you start the day off bad, trying to get those winners back. So interesting stat. Anyway, right, the most profitable traders do not hold trades overnight. Interesting statistic there. That is very interesting too, okay? Especially as a day trader and as a trend trader. Remember, guys, it depends what time frame you're trading to. That is very interesting. So for me, like in my backtesting results, and remember, as a trend trader, as a day trader trading trends, you know, for me, my trades can actually, to be honest, when I think about it, the majority of the times as a day trader, my trades last for hours, but there are very few times that they last for more than a day, which is for more than 24 1-hour candles, so more than a day. So interesting. Okay, so that does kind of fit that statistic. There's not many times that I do hold trades overnight, but again, that's another interesting statistics for you guys to have a think about. A trader who holds trades over the weekend has a 60% high chance of failing or losing their account. That is interesting. Okay, that is a very high percentage. Again, this could be correlated with the fact that they don't use a stop loss and things going in the opposite direction, possibly. But again, interesting statistic there. When the market is more volatile, more traders fail because of a lack of risk management discipline. There you go, guys. What is MYFOREXFUNDS trying to tell you guys? If you want to be consistently profitable for the long run, have good risk management. It's very simple. All they have to do is, number one, have a stop loss. Number two, only risk 1% or a certain percent, a small percent of your account per trade, okay? That's it. And do not ever deviate from those rules. That's what they're basically trying to tell you. Right, if volatility is prolonged, it is a bloodbath of epic proportions. I love the way they describe that. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure like many accounts are lost because there's no stop loss, and yeah, crazy things happen with volatility and not having a stop loss. There are 5 traders who are on the 8th payout on evaluation live accounts. Very interesting. Only five are on the 8th payout. I mean, I guess MYFOREXFUNDS is quite young, and you know, as you go up the tiers in terms of not only getting your funded account but having it for a long amount of time is a whole different question too, and that is where your consistency is really put to the test. So, you know, I'm not surprised at that, but of course, you know, to anyone watching this, I'm sure you'd want to be well, these are 5 traders. You want to be in that top category of keeping your live account for the long term. So again, you know, not only, you know, guys, to do that, number one, like I say, have good risk management and have a stop loss, but number two, consistently backtest and consistently have good habits in the day that will help protect your psychology, okay? That's very important for the long term, in my opinion. Right, let's continue on this. All of them trade conservatively and make sure they get paid. None of them risk more than 2% per trading day and stop when they have reached 4 to 8% in profit until pay cycle has ended. Interesting. So again, good risk management. None of them risk more than 2% per trading day. So their kind of daily drawdown or equity drawdown is on average, very low. And they stop when they've reached 4 to 8% in profit. So interesting. So interesting that they say they stop when they've reached that profit target. Very, very interesting. So once they are to 4 to 8%, they're like, okay, they call it a day and they wait for their pay cycle. Very interesting. Okay. All traders who received record payouts have lost their account within 3 weeks of the record payout due to excessive risk. Wow, that is interesting. So what does that tell you, guys? So the individuals that have received relatively high payouts have lost their account within 3 weeks due to excessive risk. So guys, that again, look, guys, it's all about psychology. If you guys didn't believe that trading is about psychology, this really proves it. You know, people that have received tremendously large payouts for MYFOREXFUNDS typically lose their account within 3 weeks. That's amazing. So obviously they start to compromise their risk management. And guys, you got to, I mean, for me it's really simple. Like, just have your stop loss on every trade. Why? Because you know, you don't know what will happen in the market, and you want your account for the long term. So, you know, protect your account. But again, guys, what does this tell you? Is mind-blowing to actually go through these statistics. It tells you guys, even when you get that money, that paid out money, that is probably very, very high, a large amount, like, you start doing silly things and you compromise and lose your account. So again, remember, it's like I always say in my channel, it's all about neutrality. Like, even when you're on your losing streak and when you're on your winning streak, be as neutral as possible, because you don't know where your trade will go once you've entered. And of course, protect your account. Like, that is the very, very basic thing that you should be doing. Even if you make a lot of money in your first trade in your funded account, guys, keep the account. And to do that, you know, have your stop loss, have your good risk management skills, because you want that account for the long term. So again, very, very mind-blowing statistics. There are many, many fun facts about traders in our database, and as we grow, more of these facts are coming to light. Our advice is to take it easy when you reach live. Many people seem to be unable to control their greed emotion. Make sure you get paid and keep your risk as low as possible. After all, it's a marathon and not a sprint. Oh, absolutely true. Right, guys, I think that's it. Yeah, that is it, guys. So guys, again, absolutely mind-blowing statistics released by MYFOREXFUNDS. It just shows you how even if you do become a funded trader, if you pass phase 1 and phase 2, like, how much the money can just come and hit you, especially with that last stat. The fact that, you know, the individuals that have received a large amount of money, like all of a sudden their risk management skills have gone. Even though they may have actually just received that record payout by not having a stop loss and having a lucky trade that just goes on to make a lot of money. So guys, again, like it said at the very end, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And the very basic rules to keep yourself in the game and to keep yourself running the marathon rather than the sprint is always risking 1% or less of the account of the account per trade, always having a stop loss, and that's it. And I guess to protect your psychology and to make sure that you're trading better and better and consistently in the long run, it's about running through your trades at the end of the week, checking that they fit your plan. And of course, one of the important things that they really highlighted here is that they don't really enter more than a 2 to 3% drawdown. So, you know, sometimes when if you enter a losing streak in the day, let's say you're 3% down in the day, can call it a day. Sometimes it's okay for that. Don't trade anymore if you're a scalper or if you're spending a lot of time at the charts. So guys, it is all about, like I say, protecting your psychology and good risk management skills is what will get you that money for the longer term and in the long run. So guys, anyway, mind-blowing statistics there. I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. For more great videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I've posted some fantastic, valuable content, as you guys already know. But guys, if you're a trader out there and you just watched this, please have good risk management skills and practice that. And if you need help on that, I've made lots and lots of content on that. So feel free to check that out on my channel. But again, guys, I hope you have a fantastic trading week ahead. Take care and peace.